Hi, I'm Esperanza, and this is Art from the Heart at St. Augustine's Church. And we're still doing the session remotely due to the lockdown because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And today, we are still on the subject of roses. So we are going to paint roses in a different way. It's a very stylized version of roses, as you can see here. And it's similar to what we did previously in the sense that it's stylized. However, this one has more details. And I hope you have fun while doing this. Oh dear, today I'm having a bad hair day. Well, that's how I feel. But I'm still having a good art day. And hopefully you would as well. So let's start. The first thing we have to do for this particular art piece is to draw 3 circles. So let me draw those 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. And now we have to draw V's, the letter V inside, with something similar to letter V, but curved. Because if we had the ball, let me get this orange, and we drew, let's say here, a straight line, it won't appear as a straight line. It's going to appear as a curved line. So we are going to do something similar to that. So here, let me do that V. And this is what I mean by that V. So we've done that V. And then here, I'm gonna do that V again, second V. And then another one. And then another one. And then we just continue as we think is necessary. So I now have this rose. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other circle, but I'll start on this part. So I'm starting on that part. That's my first V, my second V, third, fourth, fifth. Let me make a small one here. Oh, perfect. So now I have 2 roses. Now I'm off to my 3rd rose. So I've started here and here. Why don't I start here with my V? Okay. Ta-da! 3 roses finished. Now I just have to draw the leaves. So 1, 2, and maybe 2 here. 1, 2. And then let's draw the details inside the leaves. So for this art piece, the flowers are facing the viewers. So if we see a flower, for example, I don't have a sample of a flower here, but I do have an apple. So for this apple, let's say this is a flower and this is the top. It's facing the viewer head on like this. Okay, I wish I had the flower. It would have been a better example. However, the apple is the best I can do for now, and perhaps I can have it as a snack later on. Okay, so now we have our drawing, and it's time to paint it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to paint each flower with water, one at a time, and then paint each with orange because that's the color I would like my flat wash to be. Okay, I've done my first one, and I'm gonna do this really quick. Okay. Yeah, ideally you can do 1 flower at a time. Take your time, do not rush. But since I feel that I can do it faster, I will attempt to without jeopardizing the appearance of my flower. Okay. Oh, I need some lemon yellow for my highlights. Now I think I've run out of lemon yellow. I will use yellow ochre instead. Okay, for the highlights, it doesn't have to be exactly on top of the shape. It doesn't have to be on top of the line, but it has to follow the basic shape that you're trying to depict in the flower. So that means the motif of that flower. Okay. And there we go. Now, since we finished that, we can now start painting the leaves. For the leaves, since they are very small, I'm not going to paint them with water before painting them with the color I want. I'm going to paint them directly. So I'm going to paint all the leaves first. There you go. I think I've overdone this one. Transfer a little bit of that paint to the other leaf. And also to the other leaf. Oh, there we go. Now for the highlights, I'm going to paint one side with yellow ochre. Okay, I'm going to lift the excess paint. And now I'm just going to let it dry. So I'm going to give it a few minutes to dry. And then we can do the outline. Our art piece is almost completely dry, but the flowers still have some patches wherein the paint hasn't completely dried. Ideally, I will paint the outline of the flowers first, but in this case, I will start with the leaves because they are already dry. So I will just start with this. Further from my hand. And that is because I am trying to avoid um, creating any mess with my hand. Okay. And then the next leaf. So we paint the outer part of the leaf first. And then the inner part, the details inside. But as you can see, the area that we painted with yellow ochre really gives those leaves so much character. So it was a good decision. And at home, you can experiment, use different colors, different size, different shapes of leaves. It's all up to you. Remember, you are the artist. Okay, we painted all the leaves. Now I have to check if this flowers are dry. This one is not so dry yet. Okay, so now it's time to paint the flowers. Well, I'm using black for the outline of these flowers, but just like our previous painting of the rose, you can use other colors. You can use gold if you have that. Um, you can use blue, brown, whatever color you want for the outline. As I mentioned a few moments ago, you are the artist, so it is up to you. And you can make these flowers bigger, smaller. You can paint more of them. Again, it's all up to you. There it is. One rose done, two to go. So this one is okay. So we start from the middle, going outwards. So in sketching, we start from the outside, going inwards, but in painting it, we start from the inside, going outwards. And that is because it's easier to do it that way. It prevents smudging as much as possible. And I say as much as possible because knowing myself, it is still possible to create those smudges of paint all over the paper. So I have to be extra careful. And some of you might be like me. So it's better to start from the inner part, going to the outer part, just to play it safe. Okay, there we go. Almost finished. One rose to go. Okay, so just one rose to go. Let's start with the last rose. My lemon yellow and my black paint have been replenished. There we go. Mixing the paint. And we will now paint the rose. Oh, beautiful. I can imagine it now. We are almost there. Again, for this, sketching outside to inside and painting inside to outside. There we go. There's our roses. And again, it's a different style from what we did previously, which is this one. By the way, this one has a gold outline. So you now have two versions. Hope you enjoyed it and looking forward to see you on the next session. Again, still on roses. Bye-bye.